Sorry, Senator Knight. My impression was that the sensitivity related to the interest of the Jamaicans who have the matter there.
That has no place in this. Nothing about sensitivity can arise to prevent a protest. There is an agreement, the shipwright agreement. Has that been breached?
On a point of order, Mr. President. Mr. President, on a point of order.
Senator Knight,
Mr. President, on a point of order.
Senator Knight.
Rubbish.
Senator Knight. Senator Knight.
Look here, don't follow people. Don't follow people.
Senator Knight.
On a point of order.
Senator Knight.
Mr. President, the statement by the gentleman makes it seem as if something has been breached. The minister said that we're investigating by the senator. Makes it appear as if there has been an established breach. The statement by the minister said we're investigating.
That's not a point of order.
The question as to whether it's a point of order really rests.
Hold your lane.
The question of whether it's
in your
Senator
lane.
Knight. Senator Knight. The question as to whether or not it's a point of order rests with me. Continue, please.
It is incompetence why this is happening now. On your part, Minister. You're an incompetent minister. Something as urgent as this from yesterday morning at least, and you come here, you don't even know. You don't even know. You haven't even looked at the shipwright agreement. It's not a matter of speculating on anything.
Senator Knight, you have a... Senator Knight.
Hold your corner,
Senator Knight. Senator Knight.
Neither are you.
Senator Knight. Senator Knight.
1 second. I want you to...
Senator Knight.
Let me just be clear.
Senator Knight, the minister has made a statement and you are permitted to ask questions.
Yes,
will you just do that so we can...
I'm going to make something pellucid. When I'm questioning the minister, it would be wise for neophytes to be quiet.
Senator Knight,
Mr. President, I am sorry that there is a standing order that speaks to comments which are abusive to colleague senators.
I have never known the word neophyte to be an abusive word.
Mr. President,
I ask you just to continue?
Mr. President, I wish to ask that you emphasize to the senator
That what?
that it is his experience in this house gives him no more authority
No,
to pronounce
this is
on
not
matters of Jamaica than myself. Whether I am new or not gives him no authority to speak with greater residence than I on matters of the nation.
Senator Morgan, Senator Knight is well aware that every senator has the right to be heard and participate in a debate. Senator Knight, could I ask you please to just deal with the issue at hand? Senator Knight, just deal with the issue at hand.
Well, you know, I usually and will on this occasion ignore rude wimps. President, this matter came to public attention yesterday, and this morning the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in the Senate is reading from her telephone, her smartphone, to make a statement to the Senate.
That's the commission.
And after the passage of more than 24 hours, cannot tell the public of Jamaica whether or not the shipwrighter agreement was relevant and whether it was breached and what And what steps will Jamaica be taking?
Okay. I understand that to be a question. Minister, can you tell whether or not the shipwright arrangement with the United States has been breached and what steps are being taken?
Mr. President, as I indicated before, we are making inquiries of the matter. The matter is sensitive, and whether Senator Knight may have assessed that in his consideration, the issue does not affect the case, is not a position which the government of Jamaica can take. So we are inquiring about the matter, but the statement stands as it has been put forward. Inquiries are being made of the relevant agencies. I will not speak in a speculative manner in order to assuage someone's, I don't know.
Senator Knight, you have another question?
I don't understand the phrase, the issue does not affect the case. Don't know what that means. But let me put it this way. It is not likely that any reasonable response will be given because the situation has not been treated with the urgency that it deserves. And where inefficiency reigns, clarity will be absent.
Mr. President.
Senator Knight, thank you. Senator Brown?
Yeah. Mr. President, the event which led to the minister's statement today occurred, as I understand it, in 2017. That's 2 years ago. Can the minister indicate to the Senate when was the first time that this information came to the attention of the government of Jamaica?
The minister indicated that answer, she said that it came to the ministry's attention yesterday as no report was made to any of the agencies of government.
Mr. President, citizens of Jamaica have been incarcerated in a foreign country. Their consular responsibilities. And I wish to know whether or not the United States government in any way informed the consular service or the government of Jamaica that they were holding 5 Jamaicans in their custody. I wish, Mr. President, through you, the minister, to answer that question.
The minister is whether or not you were informed by any of the American governmental agencies that 5 Jamaicans were being held incarcerated.
What I have indicated, we know that the men were deported. They were deported, and therefore we have confirmed that there are records of deportation.
When were they deported?
In 2018. Now, that is a matter of record that we have been able to ascertain. Having inquired, because as I stated earlier, there's no record of any complaint of this matter. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs became aware of this matter yesterday by virtue of the media reports. On making inquiries, we were able to confirm that the men were deported in 2018. These names there are records. But the broader issue, we're making inquiries because we do not know enough about this case. So I cannot speak further on it.
President, deportation from a foreign country require contact with the country to which a person is being deported, in this case Jamaica. I wish to know whether or not these deportees were debriefed and whether or not reasons for their deportation was provided to the government of Jamaica in 2018. It can't be that is yesterday we heard about this thing when these people, when government to government contact must have taken place in 2018. Did we do the necessary debriefing of these deportees? No, the government of Jamaica.
Well, no problem, Senator Brown, no
And I have
problem.
more questions.
Go
Mr.
ahead.
President, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is responsible for the consular aspect of deportation. It is the Ministry of National Security which is responsible for everything else. I am saying, and I have said, I think, several times this morning, that we, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, are making inquiries of not only the relevant consulate, which would be the Consulate General in Miami, but also of the relevant government agencies and departments. I have stated that several times, and it will unfortunately be the response, it appears, to all the other questions as well.
It's clear, Mr. President, that the government of Jamaica knew about these events from 2018. It's clear that the government of Jamaica...
Senator Brown, Senator Brown,
Yeah?
Senator Brown, you're asking us a question and I don't really want to get involved in it, but you said the government was aware from 2018. Where is that evidence? The minister says yesterday the Minister of Foreign
speaks
Affairs
for the Minister of Foreign Affairs. National security is part of the government of Jamaica. It can't be that Minister Chuck and Minister and Attorney General Malawu Ford are on different line, and that represents how the government operates. It's one government. One government. So I want to know, Mr. President, I go further. Based on what the minister said, Mr. President, can I be allowed to address you? Mr. President, I'm trying to get your attention. I know you're distracted by the noise on the other side. You're not distracted by their noise. Good. Mr. President, Kennedy, leave him alone. Kennedy, you're not at... Kennedy, leave him alone. Mr. President, the minister spoke this morning about seeing video of the men and the complaints. Part of the video, and I want to ask the minister this, if part of the video you have seen dealt with the fact that these men were given slimy food, they were shackled, left out in the sun, the rain, the dew, and really were left, these Jamaican brothers of ours were left, kept in slave-like condition. Is that the video you saw too, Minister? Because you mentioned seeing a video, and I'm asking, is that the video you saw? Before I get to the next one, yes.
I know that I have not watched the whole of the video, but I understand that what I saw was shocking. Mr. President, I want to just advise, just ask the senators to be responsible lest they believe that they are helping a situation and they are in fact doing the opposite. The ministry is making inquiries of the other relevant agencies and departments. There is a case before the court of the United States through which these gentlemen are seeking justice. We on the government side are making inquiries because we do not know enough. I have made a statement to ensure that the people of Jamaica know that we are looking at the matter, to take the opportunity to remind them that where they have difficulties, that their reports about maltreatment should be taken to the nearest consulate, embassy or mission or high commission, or on their return brought to the attention of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. This is whether there is a deportation at hand or not, because there are different considerations. So, Mr. President, thank you.
Mr. President, she may wish to thank you. I want information for the people of Jamaica on whose behalf I'm here. Mr. President, it's clear the minister said that the detention amounts to human rights abuse. From what I've heard, it amounts to slavery. And there are international conventions against slavery and slave-like condition for the citizens of the world. They push us about human trafficking. They can't take our people and treat them like slaves. So I want to know, Mr. President, as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, calling the officials of the U.S. Embassy to explain the abuse and slave-like treatment of Jamaicans held unjustly by the U.S. authority. Are we calling the U.S. authorities to find out from them what happened and why did they treat our people in this inhumane in this abusive of human rights, in the slave-like condition. I want to know if they did that, because otherwise they would have once again abandoned the citizens of Jamaica to Uncle Sam.
Don't answer that. I am telling the minister don't answer it because you answered it already. They say that they are investigating the matter. Brought to their attention yesterday and
Mr.
they are
President, I want to
investigating
know
it.
if they called in the US
directing
officials.
the minister not to answer it
I
because
want
you
to know if
answered
they
it
called in
already.
the US officials. Because the country needs to know what has this government done to protect our citizens. That's what I'm concerned about. What has been done to protect our citizens. Right? They can't come here and make a statement and hide behind inquiry. They need to tell our people, tell us what they did about those poor fishermen.
Did you hear the minister say? Did you hear the minister say that the matter was brought to the attention of the ministry yesterday and they are investigating it?
And so I want to know if when part of that investigation is calling in the U.S. Embassy.
That's not the question. That's not the question that's asked.
That's the question I
Senator
asked.
Brown, I will not shout at you and I ask you don't shout at me. That's not the question that you
Mr. President,
asked.
let me not shout at you. Mr. President, could I have an answer to the question? Because I'm not shouting. Whether the U.S. Embassy have been called in by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is a normal part of protocol activity when there are difficulties, to call in to ask for their side of the story. Because this impacts, Mr. President, I hope I'm not shouting, this impacts the right and the liberty of our brothers, our black brothers. When the U.S. Embassy fly a pride flag, when the U.S. Embassy flew a pride flag, the Attorney General tweeted about this. I want to know if we have tweeted, we have called in the U.S. Embassy on this issue.
Senator Brown,
yes, sir.
you asked the question,
has the U.S. Embassy been called in?
Embassy been called in? In my view, the minister may answer that with one or two words. Yes, I can.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoyed the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.